Presenting Runick Stun. Runick Stun is a mill-based deck that aims to deck out the opponent by banishing cards from the top of their deck. Runick was first introduced in the TCG and Tactical Masters. Though Runick didn't see much success at first, it was eventually splashed into Sprite as the quick play spells could be used as Sprite extenders. But when Runick was released in Master, it was virtually unbeatable thanks to the best of one format, allowing the deck to easily reach Diamond. Runick is a strategy consisting mostly of spells. They have the field spell, their quick play spells, and even if you want to, you have their continuous spell. Oh, it's very bad. Each quick play spell consists of two common effects, which all quick play spells in the archetype have. The first effect is you can activate, which when you activate this card, skip the next battle phase after activation, which means battle phase isn't really an option. And then the second common effect is you can special summon one Runick monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone, which is these three, and every one of them has it. We're playing 2 Planet Pathfinder to grab the field spell, 2 Amano Awato. These can also be switched out to 3D Shifter, because they're both really good going second things. In the replays, I was testing out 3D Shifters, so you'll see those. We're playing 1 Terraforming to grab the field spell. We're playing 2 Card Demise for consistency and draw power, 2 Potted Duality for consistency and draw power again. Potted Eyes is a little bit weird one. If you're using it in the mirror, it's really bad because it's gonna banish a fourth of your entire deck, which makes it a lot easier for your opponent to get rid of all your cards. Playing 3 Runick Fountain, the core and best card in this deck, which has the effect where you can activate Runick quick play spell cards from your hand during your opponent's turn, which is very powerful and allows you to interrupt your opponent. And then once per turn, if you activate a Runick quick play spell card, you can target up to 3 quick play spell cards in your graveyard that are, Runick ones, and place them in the bottom of the deck in any order, then draw the same amount. It's a soft once per turn, meaning so if you allow it to during your turn, activate a new one, do it again, draw 3, do it again, draw 3. It's very powerful. And 2-dimensional force, floodgate, 1 Call of the Grave, to get rid of the hand traps. Runick Tip, which its unique effect, this one right here, is to add 1 Runick card from your deck to the hand, then banish the top card of your opponent's deck. It's very good because you can, again, get the field spell, or any other cards for interruption if you really have the field spell. 3 Flashing Fire, whose unique effect is to target a special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it, then banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. It's very good for making sure they're not starting to pop off, or to stop them from attacking you with large monsters. 3 Runick Destruction, who can target a spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it, then banish the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. It's very good because it's the biggest banish count that doesn't plus your opponent, and also gets rid of a card on their side of the field. Playing 3 Freezing Curses, which targets an effect monster your opponent controls, negates effects until the end of the turn, then banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Very good to stop them from activate cards like that would destroy our back row, monsters that would destroy our back row, that would be negates or something, stop our Hugins or Munins from resolving. 3 Runick Slumber, which is the best going first one, because you can activate it without your opponent having to interact with you, where with Flashing Fire, Destruction, and Freezing Curses, your opponent has to have a card on the board. So, Runick Slumber says you can target a face-up monster on the field. The next time that monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not destroyed. Also, it cannot attack this turn. After applying this effect, banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. It's very good for either stopping your opponent from attacking, or just stopping your cards from being destroyed. And then Smiting Storm, you can banish cards from your top of your opponent's deck up to the number of cards they control. It's very important this is up to. So if they have one card left in deck, but they have 2 cards on field, you can still banish one, where all the other cards will be unactivatable except Tip, Freezing, Golden Droplet. Your opponent draws 1 card, then banishes the top 4 cards of their deck. It technically gets rid of more cards in their deck than Destruction, but it pluses them at the same time, which is -2 for you. But it's usually paired with Dispelling, where if your opponent adds a card from your deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, you can discard 1 card from their hand, then banish the top 2 cards of their deck. So it stops them from going plus, especially if they only have the 1 card in their hand that they just added in the grind game. Playing 2 Rivalry, 2 Skill Drain, 2 Goes in Match. Rivalry isn't as Skill Drain isn't as good in the because it negates things like your Hugin, which allows them to deal with your back row easier. We're playing 3 in the extra deck. We're playing 3 Hugin. If the special summon from the extra deck, you can discard 1 card, add the Runick Field spell, and then which means any of the Runick quick plays that doesn't directly search it also can indirectly search this with a discard. And then it has the instead effect, which is very important. If another card you control would be destroyed by battle, by card effect, you manage this card you control instead. And very important it's an instead effect, because if they activate MST or Harpy's Feather Duster, you can chain a Runick card, special summon Hugin, and banish itself to protect your cards. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, return this card to the extra deck. It's very good as an attack blocker as well, because of that effect. Playing 2 Munin. It's not as good as the other 2, but it's still there to gain some life points and set up a negate. It has an effect to search a continuous trap, but as we already talked, that one is shit. But it has the effect where when your opponent activates a card effect that targets a Runick card you control or a set card you control, you can banish this card you control, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. And then once per turn during the end phase, you can gain 1,000 life points. No, it's not you can't, you have to. It's a mandatory effect, meaning it will activate under Skill Drain. And then the negate effect is very good for things like Cosmic Cyclone or Baron, or all the cards that are being forced into decks that shouldn't be playing them naturally. Playing 3 Gary, where you can't be destroyed by card effects, and if this card is special summon free check, you can add a Runick Fountain from the graveyard to the hand. And then when this card is destroyed by battle, you can pop a card on the field. It's very important that it's a level 4, because this means with a Mana Owadu and Pathfinder, you can go into a rank 4 engine. And also allows for targeted removal, which is very good. We're playing 1 Gorgon, where during either player's turn, you can another card or effect that is activated that targets only 1 card on the field. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target another card on the field that would be an appropriate target for that card or slash effect. That target now becomes the new that card becomes the new target. So if they activate Baron, you can chain this to make it so they pop their own Baron or another card in the field that's being problematic for you. And then we're playing the Zodiac Engine with 1 Dryden, 1 Bulbro, 1 Chakanine, which allows you to either make a pop, or if you haven't used any Runick card, let's do this. So go into Zeus, and then you can go, then the Baguska, Jugaris, and Zeus. I'm thinking of switching out a Bulbro and Zeus for some Link 2s, like the Charmers and Unicorn. That could be very useful, especially for things like Link. You could also play Link Karibo for Dark Angel. And in this spot of Mana Owadu, you can play 3 Dimensional Shifter, because it saves the same purpose of going first, and it also has a pretty big ass. So you can tribute over Hugin, which also allows you to activate a dead card, a Runick card in hand, to allow you to draw some cards with Fountain. In the replays, I'm actually playing the 3D shifter version, but I'm slightly leaning toward Mano Wado because it's just better in general. While the deck is most popularly played pure, variants exist and see play. Some variants include Magical Musketeer, Grass Shaddoll, Spellbook, Sky Striker, Orchest, and Branded, among more. When playing pure, decks opt to play floodgates such as There Can Only Be One, Rivalry, Gozen, Skill Drain, and many others. Engines. The best two engines for Runick are the Invoked engine and the Synchro engine, as well as the small Cyberstone engine. The small Cyberstone engine is more popular in non-pure Runick variants. The engine consists of one Cyberstone, one Naturia Exterior, and one Last Warrior from the Another Planet. The Invoked engine allows for an Omni-Negate or Caliga without going negative in card advantage. The main deck engine consists of 3 Alistair, the Invoker, 2 Magical Meltdown, 2 Invocation, 2 to 3 Reasoning, and 2 to 3 Monster Gate. The Reasoning and Monster Gate are to dig for Alistair or Cyberstein while also milling Runick cards which can be added back or used as fuel from the fountain. The extra deck consists of 1 Invoked Algodes, 1 Invoked Mechabar, 2 Invoked Caligar, 1 Gravity Controller, and 1 Alistair the Invoker of Madness. The ideal end board is Invoked Caligar and Naturia Exterior, possibly backed up by some Runick cards, such as Slumber to protect one of the two, or Freezing Curses to negate their only monster effect. And to get a Dark for Caligar, we play 1 Gravity Controller to link into it with Alistair. The Synchro engine is a large, combo-heavy engine that focuses on synchro summoning big boss monsters such as Barone or Cheng-Ying, using one of 2 engines. The first of these engines are the Light Sworn Fabled engine. This engine capitalizes charge of the Light Brigade, milling 3 and adding Raiden to mill upwards of 5 cards. The Fabled engine is to make monsters such as Arclight or Cupid Pitch with little to no effort. You can also utilize level 4 and level 2s for powerful synchros such as Barone de Flor, Cheng-Ying, Arclight, and etc. The engine consists of 2 Raiden, Hand of the Light Sworn, 2 Charge of the Light Brigade, 3 the Fabled Cherbourg, and 1 the Fabled Abnak. I'm probably butchering all those names as well. The deck utilizes and can summon synchros such as Barone de Flor, Cheng-Ying, Chaos Ruler, Coral Dragon, TG Hyper Librarian, Fabled Andrath, Cupid Pitch, and Arclight. The second engine is the Red Rose Fabled engine. This engine can produce extremely strong endboards due to the engine's capability of producing a high amount of bodies and draw potential. The engine consists of 1 Roxrose Dragon, 3 Red Rose Dragon, 1 Basil Rose Shoot. The engine also plays the same Fabled engine as the Light Sworn engine, which consists of 3 Fabled Cerberus and the 1 Fabled Abnak. The engine utilizes a level 3 and level 2 tuners to make synchros such as Barone de Flor, Cheng-Ying, Chaos Ruler, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, Coral Dragon, TG Hyper Librarian, Garden Rose Maiden, and Herald of the Arclight. If either of these synchro engines interest you, there is a more in-depth combo guide on Master Duel Meta. While the pure variants don't have any complicated combos, some of the variants such as the synchro engines have more complicated combos. These are provided by Master Duel Meta. This is what 1 Red Rose, 2 Runick cards, and 2 discards accomplishes. This is what Charge of the Light Brigade, 2 Runick cards, and 1 discard accomplishes. This is what the Fabled Cherubel, 2 Runick cards, 2 discards accomplishes. Now let's have a look at the doors.